Are live again. Okay, you guys, I have a jam-packed live for you guys today, and I just want to jump right into it. So, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be using the law of attraction to, well, actually, you know what? I'm going to be testing a theory, okay? Um, I am I have been called to this platform, right, by God. And being called to this platform, there are things that I must know in order to be on this platform in a way that really serves me and not just I'm on here just randomly putting information out, right? It definitely has to have a strategy. And so when I found out that it had to have a strategy of getting monetized, I had to set out on a journey to actually do the research that would help me be monetized. And so I came across one strategy, right? And I think his name is Roberto Blake. I hope I'm not slaughtering his name, but his name is Roberto Blake, and he talks about how you can utilize the algorithm and utilize a certain strategy that I'm going to go over. I'm going to talk about to gain your first 1,000 subscribers. Now, the only thing about this strategy is that this strategy is really made for people who already has about 300 to 500 subscribers. I only have 150, but I'm still going to be utilizing this strategy, right, for myself to get monetized, or at least tier one monetization, right? Tier one monetization is 500 subscribers and 3K watch hours. And this allows you to be able to offer any products that you might have. So if you're deciding to build a brand on this, then you can offer your merch, you can offer whatever your products that you may have to offer to the platform. You also can begin to get super chats so people can support you while you go live or live stream or whatever on your videos. So that is the goal that I actually had for myself before, I got hip to this strategy. And so to see that this strategy will help me do exactly what it is I'm trying to do, I'm like, I'm not going to play with it. I am just about to get busy. And so as I was doing the research, y'all, as I was, researching the strategy and meditating on it, I had to make it make sense for my community, right? Because I'm not just doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my community. And I had to say, well, what is my niche and who is my target audience? And how can I make this make sense for the viewer, right? And so I came up with my own strategy. So I am calling the law of attraction the 5D strategy, and I'm calling the one that Roberto Blake came up with his theory, the three-dimensional strategy, right? Because the 5D strategy is you allowing God to help you, right? You providing God with what it needs to help you manifest this particular thing in your life. And the three-dimensional is just practical steps you're taking, right? And so let's go over the practical steps, and then we can go over the more of the law of attraction inner work tactics you can take to put these two together to really see some magic. So I am literally out. I'm in the very I'm in the very beginning stages of this channel. If you don't know, I have been on YouTube off and on for probably about since 2017. I began to vlog. I did a vlog style, and I, had people follow me around the world and whatever. But I never got past 150 subscribers. But sorry, y'all. This is my from my computer. This is my light that's keeping me lit up over here. So y'all gonna see me do this a couple times throughout the video. But I just wanted to, do something that will help me get monetized, because God has called me to the platform. And when God calls you to the platform, you gotta do what you gotta do to to show up. And so I was like, okay, um, so let's go over the strategy, because y'all know I will go on and on about God. And so, but I want to share the strategy. I want to share my strategy and my game plan. So basically, the theory that he came up with was that, again, if you have between 300 and 500 subscribers, you can go live every single day, or you can do a stream every single day for about an hour. If you can get at least 100 of those subscribers to view, to tune into your live stream, then you can get your 4,000 watch hours in 30 days. So I like the strategy. I like the idea behind it, and I like the fact that I was willing to rise to the occasion, right? And I was like, well, just because I don't have 300 subscribers, that don't mean I'm not going to use the strategy. So my goal is to get 500 subscribers, and that means that I need 350 subscribers, y'all, in 30 days. And I'm just trying to see if the theory that I've been given will actually work, right? I want to see um, if me partnering this 3D strategy with this 5D strategy together and see what happened. Okay. So the 3D strategy is to go live, and I talked about this yesterday, is to go live every day for at least an hour, and you know, at least get 100 people. I have 150 subscribers, y'all, and I haven't made a video in like an embarrassing amount of time. I think probably like 2 years or something like that. So I know I'm going to be waking a lot of people up from the dead with this one, right? But there is a lot of research that go into the algorithm and everything like that. But that's neither here nor there. But this is the strategy. Every day, 30 days, 1 hour, right? That's the 3D strategy. Now, if you are a bigger channel where you have 300 to 500 subscribers, you have interaction, you have been making videos for the past 30 days, then this strategy can work for you. Okay, definitely the 3D strategy for sure can work for you, uh, just alone, right? If you just say, okay, I'm just going to commit to going live every day for 30 days for at least an hour. But there is so much more, right? There is so much more to just hopping on camera and going live. Of course, if you have interaction, that's mean whatever you are doing that you hold some value. So keep doing what you're doing, right? But for me, I must build value in my community. This becoming monetized is much bigger than just wanting some money and just wanting to run ads on my videos. Like, to be honest, I could care less. To be honest, I could care less, uh, because God has called me to this platform. And the videos that I make will be in service of my community. That's what I care about. Everything else is a part of God's plan. So whatever else happens is ordained for me, right? And so I want to go over the 5D strategy, because I really truly believe that this is where the magic's happening. And I don't believe that a lot of people talk about the behind the scenes. And this 5D strategy is the behind the scenes, right? And because I haven't seen anybody talk about this strategy in a more 5 dimensional perspective, right? And so this perspective requires a lot of, it does involve a little bit more of the metaphysics, right? Understanding the metaphysics and understanding how the universe works, and understanding the theory. And this is why I said how I'm going to be using the law of attraction to monetize my channel, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I do everything in God, right? Everything I do is in God. And so I truly believe that the community I serve are people who are interested in knowing how to use God more to see the results that they're seeking in their life. I don't want to believe nothing else. That's what I believe, because if I'm being called to the platform, that's what I'm passionate about, okay? That's what I am passionate about. So, what is this? No, don't want that. Um, so here's my 5D strategy, you guys. And and this is really good. I want you to listen to this, okay? And if anybody has any comments, any questions about this particular topic, then please leave it in the comments, because I don't want you to listen to the strategy and feel lost about anything, because I know that my viewer may be somebody that I was 5 years ago. You just never know where people are as far as when it comes to them being aware of themselves and being aware to the world around them. Everybody's common sense is not common sense. And so I cannot sit here and say, well, just because I have an understanding about the law of attraction, that somebody else might. And so, but what if somebody comes across my channel and they don't know what the law of attraction is and how it works? And so I do want to break that down. So I am going to be creating containers that will allow me to feed the subconscious mind on a daily basis. And I want to speak slowly because, again, I know the community that I serve, okay? And let's talk about what a container is. A container is, okay, let's just go to step 2 so that way you can get more understanding about what a container is. These containers will include beliefs, thought patterns, habits that will allow me to reprogram the subconscious mind, right? And create a new reality. You have the ability to reprogram your subconscious mind so that way God can begin to serve you for what it is that you're asking God to provide you with. Okay? So again, let's go over that again. A container includes beliefs, okay, thought patterns, habits. So when you're making your container for whatever it is that you would like to experience, you must know that you will be changing habits. You must know that you will be changing the way you think, okay, and what you believe. And what you believe. This is fifth dimensional work. This is what we call the inner work that will get you to execute the 3D strategy, right? This is the balance of the feminine and the masculine energy. There is no 3D strategy without the fifth dimensional understanding of what's going on within you, because you must be aware of what is going on, and you must be aware of who God is in your life and how God provides and how God works in your life. And so God provides you with what you believe and what you're thinking about and the habits that you are taking that allows you to take aligned action, right? Because the 3D strategy is the aligned action with what you believe. And so you can say, oh, I want to do this 3D strategy all you want to. You can go live for 30 days and be on there for an hour. But say, for an example, if you don't believe that you deserve what it is that you're looking for, then there will be no execution of the 3D strategy. The feminine energy feeds the masculine energy, right? And so if there is no fifth dimension going on within you, then there is no 3D strategy that you're able to manifest here in its physical reality. You have to know that the fifth dimension is the mental plane. The mental plane is God, right? The mental plane is God. And so if that's the fifth dimension and that's where all of my creation comes from, that's where I'm being provided for at, then I must create thought patterns, beliefs, and habits that align with what I would like. Okay, so that is how I'm going to be using the law of attraction to execute this 3D strategy that I've been given by Roberto Blake. If you are a beginner like me, if you're a beginner that wants to start a YouTube channel, I really do think that you should go check out two channels, Roberto Blake and Think Media by Sean Cannell. Those channels are like a gold mine for somebody who's really looking to move more seriously and on a professional level on this platform. Um, if you're going to be on this platform, you have to look at it like it's a business and not like it's just a place to have fun. That's the whole feminine and masculine balance of things. Yes, you are here to create content and have fun, but you're also here to create a structure, and that's the masculine part. And that is why YouTube have these channels where they're providing you with the masculine structural physical aspect of how to have a successful YouTube channel. So I wanted to go over some other things, and I can tie this into the fifth dimension. Oh my gosh, if anybody have questions, please put them in the comments, because I want to make sure we all are in understanding of the 5-dimensional strategy. Okay, you know what? Thank you, God. I'm going to give you guys an example of what a container for me would look like. We're gonna do this live, okay? Because I haven't quite came up with a container. Sometimes it requires me to not be with the kitties, right? To be in a quiet room and just still with God, asking God what's the next step, right? And so maybe I can tap in right now so we can come up with an example of a container, what a container will look like for somebody who's trying to manifest a particular thing. So for me, let's just use me for an example. My strategy is to go live every single day for 30 days, right? For at least an hour. I need to now create the belief, right? I need to now create the belief of me going live every day for 30 days, no matter what. So I need to create an affirmation. I need to create an affirmation, or I need to create a statement that I can read every single day that reminds me of what God believes about me, right? Because you can be successful at anything, you just have to get into alignment with what God believes about you, right? You just have to get into that alignment. When your desires are not aligned with God's, you see yourself as less than, and you won't move on any of your 3rd-dimensional goals, right? And so a belief that I can create for myself is I have the ability to go live every single day for 30 days. I have the ability to go live every single day for 30 days, right? Simply, that's a statement that I can read every single day when I wake up, before I do anything, right? I have the ability to provide value to my community, right, for the next 30 days. Because it's not that you don't want to execute, it's that you don't think that you have any value. And so that's why it's important for you to go seek that value. And you have to get your desires in alignment with what God believes. Because God's desires is to provide. God's desires is to bless the community. And so when you know that's God's desires, you'll get in alignment with that. You'll say, okay, well, those are my desires too. And so that is my motivating factor. Me going live for 30 days, me deciding that means I already believe that about myself. Right? That means that I already believe that about myself. So it's not that God is not providing for you. It's that you're not clear about what you want God to provide you with. right? You just have to get very clear about what you want God to provide you with. You have to become very, 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 very clear about it. Crystalline clear. You know how you talk about, you know, you have to become clear about what you want in life so that way it can begin to show up. They're talking about God. Simply. You're talking to God on a daily basis about what it is that you want, what it is that you believe, and what it is the kind of reality you want to live in. One thing that you have to know is that you have a subconscious mind, which we sometimes refer to as the superego, right? And because we're operating here in the superego. And so sometimes that can get in the way of our relationship with God. Like, okay, the ego is telling me that I need to be safe. And sometimes safety means that you're not moving in your purpose. And you see how that doesn't align, that doesn't serve you. We're not saying to kill the ego. We're just saying to say, hey, sit in the back seat. God got this one, right? And so we have to know that the affirmations, that the belief patterns, and the habits are the things that fuels God, are the things that feeds God. And it says, this is what she or he wants from me. And so your container will be the thing that creates your new reality. One thing you have to understand about the subconscious mind is that you already have hardwired programs going on in your mind right now. Already. They're hardwired. You are literally a computer. Try getting a virus off of a computer. Okay? Simply try to do that. You won't. You will take it to a professional. God is the professional. Okay? Take your beliefs, take your thought patterns and your habits to God. That's the professional. Right? Because you have viruses. Understanding you have viruses that are hardwired. What is a virus? Something that doesn't serve you. Something that is wreaking havoc in your body, that is causing, chaos and conflict in your life. So, with you knowing that, you need to create these containers, because these containers are the things that feed God. All right. So a habit, right? The aligned action that I need to take is actually showing up for the 30 days, right? Actually saying, well, the aligned action within this container is me actually showing up, right? That is the habit that I'm going to create. But it cannot be a habit unless I actually execute. I can't say I showed up for 2 days and said, oh, I got a habit. No, it takes, what they say, 7 days to create a habit, 90 days to create another lifestyle. And so that could be my habit within this container. Now, this is just for YouTube specifically. This is just for the business strategy for YouTube. You can utilize this strategy anywhere in your life. We are just, using me as an example right now. You can do this wherever. And okay, so let's say a thought pattern, right? Because we talked about the beliefs, which was the affirmation that we created. But what about the thought pattern? What about the story we are telling ourselves on a daily basis? So this requires you to be able to go into stillness with God and say, what is it that I'm telling myself? What is that story, right? What is that story that I'm walking around with? Because that story comes with thought patterns, right? That story comes with thought patterns. And one thing I would like to debunk on this live is you don't think thoughts, you receive thoughts from God, right? You don't think thoughts, you receive thoughts. So if you're receiving thoughts, what are the thoughts you're receiving? And this container reinforces positive thought because you're reading affirmations, right? And so when you're reading affirmations that serve what it is that you're trying to do, you will begin to receive thought patterns from God that aligns with what you're trying to do. I really hope that y'all get I really hope that y'all get this, because this is there's so many gems in this, right? And if you can take a second to understand, I think you will be golden with whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life. And but you first have to become aware. I'm giving you the strategy that I'm using, but there is work that must be done before you create these containers, right? You have to know what your current container is. That's very important. You knowing what your current container is. So if your current container is, I never believed that I could do YouTube or whatever. You have to now create a container that is one step above that one. The subconscious mind can sometimes be our friend and our enemy. And what I mean by that is, if we want to create a container where we're living in a life that really serves us, we can't go from 0 to a million. We have to go from 0 to 10, and then 10 to 20, and then 20 to 30, right? Because the subconscious mind has to be involved. It has to believe you, right? Or else the subconscious mind will be like, girl, please. I don't believe that, right? And so you will be battling with your subconscious mind every day, because the subconscious mind, like, yeah, no, we ain't never seen that. The super ego is getting involved, right? Like, we ain't never seen that, right? And so if you are, trying to go from working at a job to now being a entrepreneur, you might have to take those baby steps, because you don't want to have anything that makes you feel separation from yourself. Like, okay, I am currently making $10,000 a month through YouTube, right? Say that to yourself. If you feel separation, that's not it. But if you feel like, okay, honey, then that's the thing you need to write down, because you believe that, right? You believe that, regardless if it's here or not. Again, I talked a lot about in my first video. Believing is seeing. The magic is in looking for the evidence. I don't care if it's not here. I make $10,000 a month on YouTube, okay? I don't need to see it. It's already happening. And when you begin to understand quantum reality and quantum physics and how that relates to the metaphysical world around you, then you will begin to believe stuff like that as well. And that's a deeper video. I'll talk about a lot more of those things in the next 30 days, but I don't want to go too deep here. I just want you to catch the strategy, both 5-dimension and 3-dimension, so that way you can begin. So that way you can get busy in your community, okay? So that way we can get you activated, all right? Because I have some facts that I want to share with y'all, and it's, some other things that I wrote out that I feel like will be beneficial to this lab as well. I was doing some sorry y'all, I just, but I was doing some research, and there is 2.7 billion people on YouTube every day. Okay? Every day. And so what does that mean for you as a small beginner? As a small beginner. And y'all know me. I'm going to have to include God in everything, because this ain't me. This God anyway. So, This the illusion. This be the illusion. Okay. So you telling me, okay, this is what I believe. Nothing reigns above God. Okay. The only reason why these platforms are here is because God created this earth. All right. And so you telling me it's 2.7 billion people on this platform daily. And you think I ain't gonna get my portion? As God's child, you think I ain't gonna get my portion? Oh, no, I'm gonna get my portion. Because I'm God's child. Ain't no way these people created something that I ain't gonna get no part in. That, knowing that fact, let me know. Oh, let me get busy. And so, even if you don't want to be a content creator, right? Because I feel like most of my content will be geared towards people who wants to get active in the community, and a lot of that has to do with you creating content. Like, get over it. It's $2.7 billion worth of money out here. Get over it, right? You getting active in your community is going to require you to be able to create content, and it's going to require you to be able to understand it. But I'm going to give you the 5-dimensional strategy to get it, right? So, your content creation will be rooted in your relationship with God. Period. Your content creation will be rooted in your relationship with God. Simply. Because who do you think is creating this content? What do you think content creation is? What is creation? I'll wait. God. So people are basically recreating who God is. And so depending on your relationship with God will determine the kind of content creation you have, the quality of it, y'all. The quality of the content you create will be rooted in your relationship with God. And that's why I came on here with the 5D strategy, how I'm going to get monetized by using the law of attraction. This is why I came on here, because your content will be rooted in your relationship with God. It's time for you to get in the community. Period. I'm only on this platform to tell you it's time to get in the community. And God has sent me on this platform so I can tell you how. So I can tell you how. Because this is where the world is going. I'm gonna share another fact with you. Small business content creators is the number one side hustle, or whatever they want to call it, the number one business today. And by 2027, what did I say? Wait, the creator economy, okay? So meaning content creators, people that are lifestyle vloggers, people that are YouTubers. The creator economy is the fastest growing business type. It is approaching $2.7 trillion by 2027. There is room for you. How much are you getting? How much of $2.7 trillion are you getting in the next 3 years? Because it's the fastest growing economy. How much of that are you getting? You can't get, 0.00001 of that. You can't get your little measly $1 million out of there. So it's time for you to use the law of attraction to monetize your YouTube channel, right? So know what the fuck? Okay. It's like know who your target audience is and know who you serve before you embark on your journey, right? Before you embark on your journey. So I know who my target audience is. I know what community I serve. And I want to talk about the importance of knowing who you serve and who your community is, because it will determine the type of information you go get, right? Because you're not doing this for you, okay? You're doing this for your community. And so when you're doing something for your community, you're not going to create content that doesn't give back to your community. If you want to, I think I wrote this in here too. If you want to go far, go together, meaning with the community, right? Meaning with your community. And so you have to be providing your community with value. You cannot be, sitting up like, oh, I really like funny entertainment videos, so I'm going to make those. But your community, that's not what they need. They need somebody to show them how to monetize their purpose. So go watch those funny entertainment videos on your own time, but your community needs you to provide it with value. Only you can tap into your community. So you got to be willing to sacrifice that little desire to entertain. That desire to entertain. I know some of y'all struggle with this because y'all have been conditioned to believe that that's how you are going to make it, by being a goddamn fool. Because they plant goddamn fools in the industry to make you believe that. To make you believe it. So first things first. Understand who your target audience is. Understand what they need and go get it. And go get it, because that is where the value is, and that is where people are going to invest in you. That is where people are going to subscribe to your channel. That is, people are going to follow you because they're going to see you going somewhere. They're going to see growth. They're going to see progress. And they're going to say, well, let me connect, because whatever it is she's doing, I need to be doing it too. Because she looks like she's going somewhere. So let me follow. That's what a subscriber is. A follower. Somebody who sees value in you and they're now following you on your journey. And they want the notifications. And they want the value you bring to the platform. Right? So the biggest misconception about creating content is that you can create whatever you want. And this goes along with what I just talked about. If you want to go far with content creation, you must serve your community. And sometimes it looks like doing what God wants you to do. And so I just went over that. You have to create the content that God is calling you to create. And I think God wants to drive that point home, because we do think we can create whatever it is we want, but it doesn't serve our community. And so you have to do everything rooted in God. If you want to see true results, your community is going to be like you know, is going to be everything for your activation. Everything for your activation. If you want to really see yourself get busy in a community, you really want to see yourself be active in what you, in your purpose and in who you are, you're going to have to tap into your community. You're going to have to tap into riding for your community. Being like, oh, dang, I know that this will be some fire for somebody who just don't know, right? And so when getting into a highly structured niche, you have to find what makes you special and why people want to watch you do what it is you're doing, right? So the law of attraction and metaphysics and quantum reality and all this stuff is not a highly saturated niche as, what's one that's highly saturated? What's a highly saturated niche? Gaming. Well, I don't know if gaming is highly saturated. What is a highly saturated niche? Makeup and beauty. That's a very highly saturated niche because everybody, almost all women are doing it, right? So, but there were a lot of successful beauty gurus because they found what it is that makes people want to watch them, right? And so whatever you choose to do, you have to find that thing that makes people want to watch you, that makes people want to listen to whatever it is that you have to say, that makes people want to click on your video, your title, your thumbnail, whatever you may have you. You have to know why people want to watch you. Don't let these people, the idea is not to say, well, I'm going to make videos and then the people are going to tell me why, you know, they want to watch me. No, you go on this platform knowing why people want to watch you. Because let me share something with you. People are perceiving you as you perceive yourself, right? People are perceiving you as you are perceiving yourself. You can literally persuade people to believe something that they probably didn't think, right? Because if you know, some people be unfortunate, right? And I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but some people be unfortunate, and I would look and I'd be like, wow, I got a lot of confidence. But because they are perceiving themselves as, you know, she cute, you start to look like, oh, you know what? That's right. And so we have the power of persuasion, right? And so if you get on this platform and you have insecurities, fears, doubts, worries, the people that you are in front of are going to reflect that back to you. They will reflect that back to you. And whatever they reflect back to you is your fault. Because you're supposed to be projecting what it is that you want people to believe about you. You're supposed to be projecting. You got to understand who you are. You are light. So you are projecting something at all times. This is a facade. This is God. This ain't even me. God is so good that you don't think this is God. But, you know, so you need to know that there is a such thing as competition. And I don't look at competition as competition. I just look at it as there's other creators creating this content, right? And sometimes I can watch my competitor and I can say, oh, I already know what she's missing. And I'm gonna go deliver that, right? And I'm gonna go deliver that. and not, oh no, I'm better, but on some, okay, God need me to provide that perspective as well, right? Because we want to cover everybody. And that's why you have community. So that you can cover every single angle of whatever the purpose is, right? And so niche is purpose. Niche is purpose. And whatever niche you choose will be aligned with what your purpose is. That's what it'll be aligned. So I think that was it for all of my notes. Let me see. Yeah, that was it for my notes as far as those particular thought processes for you to be meditating on over the next couple of days. Because I just don't want you to make no mistake. I didn't come on this platform to waste my time. I know why I'm here. I know why I'm on this platform. Do you? Do you know why I'm here? I'm not here for you to watch the replay, okay? And be like, wow. No, I made this video because look, like I said, there is a third dimensional strategy to this. But God sent me. God sent for me. Because otherwise, me, I would just be, living daily life, taking care of 2 kitties, and, just going day by day and trying to make it work. God called me to this platform to tell you that it is your season to get busy in your community. God has a specific message on his heart in this season, and it is, it ain't enough leaders. It's not enough leaders. And so the only way that God can really tap in is if God does it one by one. And so I've been activated. And so now it's your turn to become activated. Don't watch this and don't become activated in your community. Don't watch this and don't begin to do research. Don't watch this and begin to do what it is that you need to do to serve. I ain't come to play. It's 11:55. I could have been asleep after taking care of 2 kids all day. I could have been somewhere asleep in my bed. Okay? We ain't mean God, we didn't even come to play. We didn't even come to play. God said they need this strategy. They need this perspective. I know I'm divine. Do you think that you're divine? Do you even believe that? Like, yeah, I know I got value. Let me step out here. Let me get in the community. That's what you gotta do. Let me get in the community. I know I'm fine. But you have to. Let me quit playing. That's how I know I'm sleepy. When I start playing, I know I'm sleepy because I'm trying to keep myself up. But you do. But no, for real, the message is clear. You really do have to be confident about your talents and your gifts and your abilities. You just do. That is the number one aspect and the core pillar to this thing. And that's why we have given you, me and God has given you the 5-dimensional strategy. I'm talking about monetizing my channel, right? I'm talking about that. But don't miss the message. This is a strategy you can use for all areas of your life, right? I'm not necessarily feeling confident about my purpose. What affirmations do I need to tell myself to get me comfortable with my purpose, to get me confident about God, so that way I am not ashamed of who God is and what God is doing in my life? What affirmations, what thought processes do I need to become aware of that may hinder my belief about who God is, right? That may hinder the belief about who God is. So, and then what habits do I need to create in order to keep me in what it is that God believes about me? Believers believe. And believe it or not, believers move on what they believe in. So if you believe, so for example, if I believe that I can come on here for 30 days for an hour and get monetized, I'm going to believe that by moving in that. That's what belief is. You actually moving on what you said you believe in. It ain't just about what's in your mind. Okay, let's make this tangible. Let's bring this into the third dimension. Hence your third dimensional strategy. Right? And so I have a goal, you guys. I have a goal to become monetized. Well, let's not say monetized, because I have it broken up into two different tiers because it's two separate tiers for monetization. At 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, you can unlock the first tier in monetization, the monetization process. You can begin to apply for the YouTuber Partners Program. So I want to do that. My goal is to utilize this theory, test this theory out, and to see if I can manifest this 500 subscribers, which I only need 350 more. So make sure you are subscribing. Because if my theory doesn't fall through, how will it fall through for you? You gotta think about it. If you see me successful, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, let me get busy. Her strategy worked. So you need to see my strategy work so that way you know it can work for you. So subscribe. So by the end of April, I would like to have 500 subscribers. That's 350 more subscribers. And I don't think I have any watch time. I think as far as watch time, that is considered for the partner program. There's watch time that's not considered for the partner program. And so you have to have it 3,000 that's considered through the partners program. And so by the beginning of June, by June 1st, I want to be fully monetized at 1,000 subscribers and 4K watch hours, because it's bigger than me wanting some subscribers. I couldn't care, y'all. God sent for me, okay? God sent for me and said, you need to get monetized, honey, because we got things to do. We got people to inspire, places to go, people to see. And we need to be hitting them levels, okay? We need to be hitting them levels. And so God is encouraging you to encourage me through this journey, okay? Know your part. Know your part. No, I'm playing. But no, I'm excited. If anybody has any questions, please put them in the comments, even if you want to replay, because I would love to interact with you guys. I would love to talk through. If anybody has any questions about the 5-dimensional strategy and how to actually implement this into your life, as I make more content, of course, I will dive deeper into this strategy. The point is not to try to get it all in this one video, right? It's to bring it to you in different ways so that way you can understand what it is that you're going to be doing. And so if you do have any questions, please put them down in the comments, y'all. I am a life coach, honey, for a living. So I love talking to people. I love helping people, kind of debunk some things and move some blockages out the way. Because in order to feel confident about this 5-dimensional strategy, you do have to have a lot of blockages out of the way to say, oh, I am receiving thoughts from God, right? So I'm just sharing with you guys what I am going to be doing for the next 30 days, and maybe that'll work better. For the next 30, for the next 30 days, and you guys are gonna watch me. And a lot of this has to do with what I'm doing behind the scenes, right? And so maybe I can find a creative way to bring you guys behind the scene and what that looked like. And maybe that's what God is calling me to share during this 30 days of what that actually looks like. Because I really think that that would be a super dope way to get the information in the community. If I am showing you exactly how to implement this strategy. Okay? Exactly how. And the idea is not to have it all figured out. The idea is to become 1% better each day. God yesterday was like, girl, I don't care if you're hearing them, get up on that live. Get up on that live, girl. Because what would this be? What would this experience be if you didn't see growth? Right? Like, oh, she already to the point where she looked like she got, 1,000 subscribers. Some people will see me in a place where I already didn't reach my goal, right? But they will have content to go back and watch, so that way they can say, oh, her theory worked, right? Her theory worked. And it will inspire them to get busy. God put a teacher in my path so that way I can get active in the community too. That's how things work. It's a crescendo effect. I am going to be the person that tells you, hey, give it. And you're going to be inspired to. You're going to be inspired to, because you're going to watch, depending on where you came in my journey, you watched me. Some people are going to watch me from the very beginning, and then some people are going to pop up once the deed is done. And now they're going to be like, oh, gotta go. So I already know what's going on. I already know what's going on, okay? I'm so sleepy. I need to get off of here. I am so sleepy. But I got so much, y'all. I have so much more research to do tonight. That, yes, it says gain 350 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. I have a goal book, y'all. If there's one thing that I encourage y'all to do, is to continue to add value to your community. Research how to become a content creator, a professional content creator. Like, these be things that I like just write down as reminders. So this is good. This is good for any beginner, and y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Also, let me know what y'all think about the 3D and the 5D strategy, and if you believe that it's possible that dynamic can work. And let me know what y'all think about this. People want to see you at work, right? People want to see you at work. People don't want to see like perfection. They don't want to see you, coming on here doing something that they ain't gonna be able to do. They want to come on here and say, well, she just looked normal, and like he just looked regular, and he didn't reach some goals. People want to actually see you at work, meaning that if this ain't the best lighting. Y'all see me, I'm using my computer light to light up this side of my face. Right? I'm using my lamp light to provide the lighting for this video. This ain't the best quality. This ain't the best audio or nothing. But the value is there. I don't care. It don't matter. God don't care about none of that. God wants the value out there because people want to see you at work. They want to see you grow. They want to see you progress, and they want to see you grow within your value and within your purpose. That is what makes subscribers. That's what makes followers. People that are actually invested in you. People that are actually invested in you, because they need to feel related to. They need to be like, dang, she, because I remember the woman that God put in my life, she was coming on that thing like, I'm telling you, you could tell she had just got finished dealing with a baby, right? Like she has I don't know how old the baby is, but pretty young, younger than my son. My son is going to be 2 next month. So that baby probably could have been no more than like 9 or 10 months. And I'm like, ooh, she coming on here and she got that small baby. But the way she looked, she's a natural beauty, but you could tell that she didn't care about none of that. It was more so like calling out on her life. But that was inspiration for me, because I'm like, I'm a mama too, and I be in this thing momming all day, and I have to feel like that I can come on here after momming all day. And that's what it is that your audience is going to appreciate too. They're going to appreciate you coming on there after a 40-hour work week or whatever, your story, whatever aligns with your story. So, only you know and can tap into what your community needs. But I know what my community needs. So I have made it to my hour, you guys. 1 hour and 1 minute. I'm gonna let it go for a couple more seconds, because last time they cheated me. I turned it off at literally 1 hour, and it ended up being 59 minutes. And I'm like, but God told me not to be a stickler. It's all gonna happen anyway. I am one video away, honey, from my channel being monetized. All right, one, just one. It don't matter which one it is, just one. Let me go to sleep, because I am so sleepy. I am so sleepy. Okay, but if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.